Floss Tube. I am Molly West, the Sensible Stitcher, and I'm here for a September update. I had a really good stitching month, and so I thought I would show you guys what I got into. I'm going to apologize a bit in advance. I have one child that's home from school, not feeling her best, and we have some landscapers outside, so I'm hoping I can get through this without too much noise, but we'll see. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to show you all is a finish. I finished this design by Brenda Gervais. It is called Lady Liberty, and this is what hers looks like. I changed the skin tone and the color of the skirt and the date. And I think that on everything else, oh, and I changed her hair. And on her hair, I used a Gentle Arts wool. And I changed the date at the bottom to reflect the date for the Voting Rights Act when it was passed, so that all women can vote. And what else did I change? I think that was it, but I think she turned out great. I'm really, really happy with her. She's done, and I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with her. I was thinking I might have her made into a flat fold so that I can pull her out during patriotic holidays. I think she's so pretty, and I think she turned out really, really good. And that's the finish. Yay, I know. Isn't that great? I'm excited. Let's see what else I worked on. So that was a finish. I had a new start, which is a Teresa Kogut. And I am going to stitch all 4 of these little fellas on the same piece of fabric, but I am starting with Frightened Fred. Look at Frightened Fred. Oh my gosh. I love him, y'all. He is so wild looking. So let me show you. I haven't gotten far. All I have stitched is his leg, but it's a great leg. Check him out. So far, I have stitched one of those. I can't tell if he's wearing like little pajamas or what, but I've stitched one little leg. You go, Frightened Fred. So anyways, I'm gonna keep him out. I'm gonna work on him more during October. He seems like the perfect little October stitch. I think I'm gonna give that away when I finish it. Although it's gonna be a struggle. That's a really, really cute one. Okay, I worked on, let's see, and then I've got several whips. I forgot to unzip these. Sorry, let's see. Oh, I worked a little bit on Rose Motif sampler. This was a new start last month, and I didn't get a ton done, but that's okay. It's not very big. I'll just pick away at it. Eventually, this might be a good one to become a travel piece. And I worked more on the border, and I put the C in. It's really, really pretty. And that's all I have done on this. This is on 32 count white, bright white linen. Frightened Fred was on, what was he on? 32 count natural linen. So that was a good one for sampler September. I did try to work on several samplers this month. The next piece I worked on was Virtue, which is a long dog sampler. And I will include a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And this time I worked only on, let me move my chair back so that you guys can see us side by side. I worked only on the, let's see, upside down, the border. So I'll put this over to the side so that hopefully I can get them. And I think I put in mostly, let's see, maybe pink and red flowers in the border. Which is great. I'm hoping the next time I bring this out, I can maybe finish the border in its entirety and then move back inside. I've been kind of going back and forth between the border and the interior on this one. So I think I'll maybe go ahead and try and just finish off the border and then I can just work on the interior, but I'm getting close to having the border done. Okay, the next piece I worked on, I got a ton done on this. I gave this like 3 or 4 full days. And it is so good. Oh, you know, there are some people, there are a lot of people that are just geniuses. Kathy Barrett, she's just a genius. Look at Cooper. Look at him. Oh, he's fabulous. I'm still down here in the tail. But I've gotten so much done. Look how far he's come, guys. I'll put in a before and after. He has come so far. I got a lot of work done on him last week. And I'm still working in this branch. It's still not finished. And I think I have a couple of these little stars maybe, or another letter or two to put in over here. And then I'll be ready to start working on the top half. That one is an absolute delight. And it has been my travel piece. In fact, I'm gonna set it aside so I don't forget to put it in the car. I'm about to run carpool. Let's see. I also have been working on Harriet Tubman. Oh, and my Kathy Barrett Cooper is on 36 count. And what color is that? Let's see. Sorry, friends. I'm out of practice. 36 count platinum. Harriet Tubman by The Primitive Hair is my next whip, and it is on a 30 count mystery fabric. It feels a little Witchelt-like to me, and this is what it will look like when it's finished. And let me show you the progress that I made this month. She's kind of moving right along, guys. Oh, she's looking really good. Really, really good. So I'm loving that. I also worked on a birth sampler for my niece, my husband's niece. And it is, let's see, Told in the Garden, Baby in a Basket. And this is what it will look like. And they give you ways to alter it for a boy or a girl. And so ours is going to be for a boy. And this is how far I've gotten on this. Most of the update this time is the white stitching and the baby's blanket. And I'm gonna need to go ahead and get on this. This baby arrives in December, so I need to put a little more effort into this guy right here. But it's moving right along. I just started it, so we're doing all the good. So I worked on that. Let's see what else I have up here. Can you show these? Yes. Okay. I worked some on this one, which which is a Nora Corbett, and she's called the Rain Queen. This is what she will look like. And I am continuing to work on all the aqua in her dress. And this is where she is. Slowly but surely. She's sweet. So anyways, there's a whole lot of that one color. So I'm trying to finish it off so that I can start stitching in some of the purples, and I need to give her a face at some point. But that's where she is right now. Let's look at this one. Okay, this is, what is this? What in the world? Oh, I started it. There's hardly any stitching in here. I put a few stitches in and then I set it down, but I started it, y'all. I told you I would. Plum Straight Samplers, Live on Little. There's the cover page. And prepare to be underwhelmed. This is, y'all, this is not worth showing. I think I've got a line of half stitches. I mean, look at this. I don't even think that's considered a start. Whatever, you guys get to see it. It has to start somewhere. Y'all get to see it. It's a row of half stitches across. I am counting my way across the very, very bottom. So my thought was that I would start at one end and work my way all the way across. I am marking every 100 stitches. Every 10 stitches I'm marking, and then every 100 stitches I'm also marking. And then I will go back in and add all these little critters, work my dark blue up, and then I will have a ton of like fill-in stitching that I can do. So that's my thought process around this. And the way that I mark my stitches, and I'm sure this is how lots of people mark their stitches, but I'm always curious about little things like this. Okay, so I make a half stitch all the way across, but every 10 stitches, I actually make the full cross. And then I do that all the way through, but then when I hit 100 stitches, I make my full cross there and then bump up and make a full cross above it. Now, before I do that, I do check my chart to make sure that there is blue for that stitch. And so far I've been lucky because I've made it over to the 200 mark and was able to bump up. But I think it's like 300 and something stitches broad. And so I still have more to do before I can start filling in some of the little cutesy creatures. But I did put needle to thread, so that's good. Okay, and I only have 2 more. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is great. I made a little progress on, is this another Kathy Barrick? Oh no, this is Liz Matthews, which apparently I'm keeping it all in their family this month. This is the Spanish Rose Sampler, and I used my own overdyed floss and a piece of 40 count alabaster. Just put the sticker right there. Spanish Rose Sampler, and it's a beauty. And I'll put them side by side so you can see how much I got finished from last time. I basically just completed the second row right here. And it's looking good. It is looking good. It's so tiny. I love just a dainty little sampler like that. So cute. And I got some work done on, this is my last sampler. I got some work done on Elita Palpin by Reflet de Soie. And I'll show you the cover page. And I'm working this on 36 count light mocha. There's her name. Oh no, that's there's Elita Palpin. And I think I put a bunch of stitches. I can't remember exactly what I worked on, but y'all will be able to tell. I think I worked some in the border. Here, I'm gonna scoot back for this one a little bit too. I think I worked some in the border. And I think I brought some of the arch across the top over, and maybe on that top center motif. I think I worked in this general area, sort of this area over here. Anyways, she's coming right along. I made a lot of color changes on her, lots of autumnal colors rather than kind of the springy colors that they had. I changed everything across the bottom. This said Elita Palpin, and I just selected different motifs and put them across the bottom. And that's that. Those are all of the whips that I worked on during Sampler September. So I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna go and grab a few things that I'm planning on working on during October. Be right back. So during the month of October, I most likely will pull out to work on again Cooper, which is my current travel piece, the baby sampler that I'm working on for my niece, and definitely Frightened Fred. So those three will be coming back during October. But these are some of the things that I really wanted to get done. Not done, but pull out and at least put a few lengths of thread in during September, and I didn't have an opportunity to do that. So I will be pulling them out during October. The first one is, I'm gonna put the name here because I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Yvonne, and it is by Reflet de Soie. And this is still a fairly new start to me. I've been working on this bird, and there is an outer border, but it's covered by this frame, so you can't really see it in the photograph, but I'll show you what it looks like. It's really cute. It's just pink and green. This is stitched on 36 count antique white. And so far I have part of the bird stitched in. And so I will work on this during October, and hopefully you can see some changes. We'll see. It's a beautiful piece. My stars, it's pretty. And it's definitely a long-term project. I'm in no rush there. Okay. I will also be working on, whoops, sorry, that was already unzipped. This. Oh, where is he? I forgot him. I am gonna work on Hipster Joe, or Joe the Hipster by Pana. Let me go grab him. Sorry, friends, this is my starting point on Joe the Hipster. The last time I worked on him, I was kind of over in this scarf. So I'm excited to get him out and work on him again. He is so cool. Love him. Yay, so I'm gonna work on him. I am going to work on Bridget Tower, which is a GGR pattern, and it's beautiful. I wanted to pull it out in Sampler September, and September ran out of days, y'all. I have too many samplers that I love. And I got on a Cooper kick, and like I just couldn't put him down for a little while. So I'm gonna have to share the love a little more better, a little better during October. But this is where Bridget Tower is currently, and she's a big one. I'll scoot back for her. She's a big one too. And I am stitching her on 28 count, picture this, plus Moon Glow. And she's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She's beautiful. I'm trying to get her without any wrinkles from my before picture. So that's my starting point on her. She is just such a beauty. I did experience burnout on this one. At the end of last school year, like during the end of last school year. I think it's because I hit a bunch of 1/1. And she's so big that I think it just kind of got overwhelming to me. And you know, on those big pieces, you just have to remind yourself that there's no deadline. You'll get it done when it's done. Okay, this one has stuck to the front of my bag. Like, I'm not sure what's gonna happen when I decide to put something different in this bag. But anyways, Hester Van Dorn. I'd like to put some stitches into this piece. This is Carriage House Samplings, and it's being stitched on, let me see if I can find the fabric name. Let's stick it on here. I know it's a 40 count. It almost looks like vintage country mocha or something. And I am using Gentle Art Soot. And this is my starting point, so I need to come back in here and give this a little attention. And then I have two. Actually, I don't think I am gonna work on this one. I've changed my mind. I'm setting myself, I wanna set myself up for success, and this pile is getting really big. The last piece I definitely wanna work on is Modern Folk Embroidery, the Nordic Heart. I am stitching this one for my son. It's on 32 count, Stormy Night Belfast. And I haven't stitched on this in a really long time. Whoops, I'm so sorry. I was trying to get rid of a message. There you go. Okay, it's like a roller coaster ride. I am stitching this on 32 count Stormy Night, and I am just using DMC. Let me tell you the number I'm using, because I think this color combination is gorgeous. 926. It'll take your breath. This is the back. Let me get my board. I should have ironed this. This one's too pretty not to have it ironed and beautiful. So this is where this one is. I'm stitching this for my son. October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and my son has Down syndrome, and so I will be continuing to work on this piece. It is so beautiful. The edge is so kind of delicate and lacy. It is just a gorgeous piece, and I'm just doing it monochromatic, gray on gray, and I don't know. I think that it is great. The V and the T stand for Vivian Thomas. He was the person who invented the medical procedure for babies that have tetralogy of Fallot, which is a heart defect. And my son has had that medical procedure done. He's had a couple of open heart surgeries. And so I am stitching this also in honor of Vivian Thomas. So this comes out typically in October, and it often comes out again in February for Black History Month. So that will be great, guys. Happy October. I don't have anything else to say. I'm gonna go pick up my kids from school, but you guys have happy stitching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.